There is no doubting their sheer determination. There is no doubting the intensity of the competition. And there is no questioning the talents of the athlete. The best players in the world are about to showcase true grit, an unconquerable spirit, and their amazing abilities. Next, it's the World Challenge. From Birmingham, Alabama, where Vulcan proudly overlooks the city with its roots made of steel, we welcome you to the Lakeshore Foundation. For the Lakeshore Foundation World Challenge Invitational Wheelchair Tennis Championships. Hello everyone, I'm Scott Griffin. Many of the top players from around the world have converged to Birmingham to compete for the largest purse in wheelchair tennis, some $36,000. That's why the top 4 players in the world are here on the men's side. That's why many from the top 10 on the women's side are here, and the #1 doubles team in men's tennis is here. So stay tuned for some amazing tennis action that will exhibit steely determination here from the Steel City. Now let's join my broadcast partner, former ATP Tour player, Leif Shiras.
Yes, Scott, the World Challenge has given us a great chance to see some of the best tennis in the world. It's amazing what these wheelchair athletes can do on a tennis court. So let's get right to it. Here are highlights of the men's singles semifinals. Martin Legner from Austria, surprise semifinalist in the men's singles, takes on world #2, Stephen Welch from the United States. Legner has lost the first set, but he wins this point in the second set, and eventually the game to go up 1-0 in the second set. He used play like that to upset Laurent Giamartini, the #4 seed from France. But Stephen Welch was tough in a lot of ways, and he used a great forehand passing shot to pull even at 1-game-all. And here's an example of Welch using that big backhand of his to build the advantage now in the second set. With Legner serving, Welch used this forehand return to push to a 5-4 lead, and the American was looking to close it out in the second set. Welch now serving for the match, and again he used his big backhand and his great speed around the court. He even had time to pop this little wheelie, and he advanced with a 6-2, 6-4 win over Martin Legner. Stephen Welch, the #2 player in the world, is a men's singles finalist here at the World Challenge.
We're here with Stephen Welch. He's been top 3 in the world for the last 6 years, but you're rolling well. You won last week in Atlanta, and you're moving along here.
Yeah, I've started really hot at the beginning of the season, so it's my goal to be #1 at the end of the year, so it's been a really good start.
So Stephen Welch advances to the finals. In the other semifinals, it was the world's #1 player taking on the world's #3. David Hall, the #3 player in the world from Australia, taking on Ricky Moyer, the #1 player in the world from Holland. Moyer wins the first set 6-2, and he reaches match point now in the second set against Hall. But this miss-hit winner... Yes way, says David Hall, as he battled to stay in this match. Moyer, of course, was able to showcase his powerful game. Look at that forehand cross-court. So he kept pressing the advantage. Another example of Moyer's great shot-making ability, a beautiful underspin backhand deep on the baseline. Again, match point for Moyer.
Oh, no way.
Yes way again. David Hall holds on, and he really was clinging for his life as Moyer put the pressure on. Another great backhand brings him to 7th match point. But this time Moyer closes it out. So the world #1 is up to the challenge. David Hall went down valiantly, but Moyer closes it out on his 7th match point. So he moves into the finals against world #2, Stephen Welch. Ricky Moyer from Holland into the finals.
I'd say I started extremely well today, especially first set, and I was continuing the game like the second set, and I think I was keeping him under pressure too much, so he couldn't do too much to me.
So the finals at the World Challenger set. It's the world's #1 player taking on the world's #2, and it should be fantastic.
The men's final is coming up, but first stay tuned because highlights of the women's final of the Battle of the Unseeds is next.
The business is growing, branching out really fast.
We depend on our documents here
To sell the product,
collect the money,
they gotta be good.
and not too complicated.
We don't need one company to sell us a copier, another for service, another for supplies. We got these folks right down the street. They sold us a great machine.
They have supplies and service too.
Anything we need. All we have to do is pick up the phone, boom. it's done.
Wonder how they do all that.
Easy. They work with Xerox.
In wheelchair athletics, I far exceeded any expectations I could have ever had, whether I was able-bodied or disabled. And I think I've increased my quality of living to a point that I could never have dreamed about.
For more than a decade, the Lakeshore Foundation has been helping people like Joe discover avenues toward a rewarding and productive life.
At Health South, they're wonderful. They really are. I think the staff likes what they're doing, and that's important in a hospital staff to me, because they make you feel safe and secure, and they can be professional and still be friendly at the same time. And that warm feeling helps me. Now I'm going to be all right. They were just so kind. I was really impressed. I've been to a lot of medical facilities, but I think this is number one.
The Lakeshore Foundation World Challenge is brought to you by Health South, Xerox, the document company, Alabama Power, a Southern company, and by Rojo. Welcome back to the World Challenge. The women's competition featured many of the world's best players. The final came down to Belgium's #1 ranked player, Bridget Amerix, and 21-year-old Sonia Peters of the Netherlands. Lief Shiras had the call.
Bridget Amerix from Belgium, unseeded here in her first final at this tournament here in Birmingham. Ranked number 9 in the world, taking on Sonia Peters, also unseeded from Holland. Sonia Peters, 16 in the world rankings. Sonia Peters showing off the ground strokes. Tremendous backhand to set up the short forehand. You see Amerix got caught with the ball in on her body. Sonia Peters makes no mistake on that short ball. Then later, beautifully done by Amerix. She was waiting on that forehand. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, baby. You got to put that one on the highlight reel. Sonia Peters with a rocket cross court. Here's another look at it. This is a pretty good service return, but Peters leans out and just pulls it back cross court. And she has got the best ground strokes in the tournament, and that's really what brought her through this whole week. She did not face a seeded player, but I think she's proving to everyone here that she is a force to reckon with. Sonia Peters wins the first set 6-1, and here's a look at how she did it. She's really shown that she has tremendous ground strokes, and this is a good example of what she can do. She can really hurt you off both sides, but here's the backhand drive. Look at how she finds the corner. Big sweeping ground stroke with a nice finish, and Amerix can't quite chase it down. And here's a look at some of the fans who've turned out today for the Lakeshore Foundation World Challenge. This is final round action of the Women's Wheelchair Singles Championships. These women are playing for some prize money as well, $1,600 to the winner, as well as some important ITF ranking points. 30-15 Peters, and this is a big point for both players.
Oh,
and the lob is good enough.
We'll take it.
Peters serving. She's at match point. Oh, she missed it wide, and Sonia Peters is our women's champion at the Lakeshore Foundation World Challenge, and a big win for the 21-year-old from Holland. And what a great moment for her as she celebrates with her finalist opponent, Bridget Amrex, who played well, but Sonia Peters had all the answers today. And you can see the great elation on her face. And what a great moment for her. And I think this might help her move into the top 10, Scott Douglas.
Yeah, nothing like a big win for the confidence.
Sonia Peters out of Holland, proving that she is to be reckoned with here in the wheelchair tennis tour. She's our champion of the Lakeshore Foundation World Challenge.
We're here with the winner, Sonia Peters, 21 years old and unseeded coming through here. What a big thrill for you.
Yeah, it is, because a long time I didn't even expect to go here. I didn't know if I could make it by my ranking, and now I won, so I'm so happy.
A very important event to this year's World Challenge was the quad singles event. Not only are there valuable ranking points at stake, but the World Challenge has the most prize money of any wheelchair event in the United States. In this year's final, it was Brian Hansen of the U.S. playing against an opponent he's faced many times, Rick Draney.
Brian and I have been playing for a number of years against each other, and we've had, I think, some real classic battles back and forth. And my goal tonight was to try to play my game, which was really to be aggressive and try to put a little pressure on him. And he responded most of the time, but I was fortunate to be able to pull it out in the third set tiebreaker.
The match was a real battle, with Draney taking the first set, 6-3.
I really played well that first set, felt confident.
Brian Hansen turned the momentum in his favor in the second set, winning 6-2.
He picked his game up quite a bit in the second set. I got a little bit sloppy with some of my shots, and he was able to pull that second set out and force it to a third.
In the third set of one of the best matches of the World Challenge, every point, every line call was critical and hotly contested.
No. Overrule, the ball's good. 30-40. Who overruled it? He's right on top of it. I saw it good too. Front of the line, back line one. On the line one.
It's new for us actually to have this much of a professional atmosphere with the chair umpire and the linesmen and all of that. Normally when we're playing, it's just the two of us out there on a back court somewhere battling it out. And so I don't think he was used to having the lines people, and so he was making some calls, and it really didn't frustrate me, but there were a couple of calls that were called good that he called out that I don't know if he did that knowing that he had the lines people and thought, okay, if they overrule me, fine, which is okay. But, you know, all in all, it worked out. It was just kind of, I think, a new and unique experience for us to have a full crew out there, so it affected a little bit, but I think we worked through it all right.
Finally, after nearly 2 hours of play, Rick Draney had match point.
Well, I had a shot that I really wanted to tee off on, and about halfway through the shot I said, this isn't the right way to hit this ball in this particular instance, and so I got out of my mindset, and just it was a mental error on what I tried to do with that ball, and yeah, I had to get myself collected back together and get focused on the next point.
With another match point in the tiebreaker, this time Draney did not let the opportunity go to waste. He finally edged out his arch rival.
Out, game, set, match, Draney.
I was really trying to be aggressive tonight, and first set went really well. Second set I got a little sloppy. Third set we went back and forth. It was pretty tight, and to be able to stick with that game plan and have it work ultimately, even though it comes down to a third set tiebreaker, there's a lot of relief but a lot of joy and happiness too. Worked real hard to try to get to this point, and real pleased with the way things came out, so just very happy.
So Rick Draney, the World Challenge champion, beats Brian Hansen 7-6 in the third. In some other results here at the World Challenge in Birmingham, in the quad doubles, the #1 seed of Rick Draney and Brent Poppin beat the unseeded team of Robert Sanders and Chris Studwell. They beat them 6-4, 7-6 to win the title here at the World Challenge. In the women's doubles, Yuka Chokyu and Helene Samar win the doubles over Patricia Rawlinson and Sharon Walraven 6-4, 7-6.
Coming up, one of the most exciting events of the World Challenge, men's doubles featuring the #1 team in the world, Scott Douglas and Stephen Welch. The finals are next. Welcome back to the World Challenge at Lakeshore Tennis Center. The Lakeshore Foundation World Challenge is the brainchild of Lakeshore tennis pro Scott Douglas. This is truly a labor of love for the 34-year-old, as he must wear the hats of competitor and organizer.
It's a players' tournament, and being a player and a director, it's an advantage. I know what the best tournaments have to offer, and I'm offering all that in our tournament, so the players love it.
It's a simple formula. Offer the top prize money in the sport, and the world's best players will come. It's not a major, but it has many of the ingredients of some of the world's top tournaments.
It has that feel to it. There's an electricity on center. There's a buzz on the court and around, and the only thing we're missing is the huge crowds. But other than that, we have everything here, and all the players love it. They want to come back next year, and they're begging to get in.
Now let's join Leif Shiras and Australia's David Hall for a look at the men's doubles action.
Thank you, Scott. And here we are getting ready for the men's doubles final. With me, David Hall, the great Australian player. And David, a lot of people really enjoy wheelchair doubles even more than wheelchair singles. Why is that?
Well, it's the great shots, the great gets, the great volleys, the reflexes. I mean, you got 10, 20-shot rallies, and I mean, doubles is more exciting, I feel, than singles. Maybe the rallies lasted a little longer, and yeah, it's a good spectacle.
Well, we're looking forward to a great match today. Martin Legner, the Austrian, is playing with Daniel Lackman, the Californian, a makeshift team. First time they've played together, but they're tough. You played them in the semifinal, and you saw how tough they were.
Yeah, they really played well yesterday. I mean, they really gave us a hiding, and I think it was Dan was at the net, and Marty was back with his high top spin, and they're going to gel well together today.
Well, they're taking on the world's best team, Stephen Welch and Scott Douglas, a great American duo. And what makes these guys so strong?
Well, Scotty's at the net and Stevie's at the back, and I mean, Stevie's really quick and fast, and he can hit those high top spin shots now, and I mean, those guys really, you know, they team up well, and they've got a good communication, so yeah, they're pretty good.
So in a very competitive match featuring the #1 doubles team in the world, we pick up action in the first set. Legner now 1 point away from a tiebreaker. Is that in?
Martin, you go.
A good finish there, and that was a great point. As Welch and Douglas went from defense to offense very quickly right at the end.
Yeah, they sure did. Great combination here from Steve and Scott. Scott comes in with the approach, and then all he can do is pop it up, and then you go straight to Dan. Yeah, nice cross court there, and Scotty comes in right at Dan. Good play, fair play.
Hit it. Advantage well.
Legner serving now down set point.
Go, go, go. Help. Go, go, go. Come back. Go, go. You.
Nice play from Lackman. He found the opening down the sideline, and that saves him another set point.
Well, that was huge right there on set point to come up with a little touch shot like Danny does. Just that little, just clears the net, and Scott tries to track it down, but he just can't quite get there.
So it's 5-6 deuce now.
Go, go, go. Advantage Legner.
Well, a great effort from Stephen Welch.
Oh, that was a big tumble.
The first knockdown of the day.
Well, Steve goes for the huge push here. Great stretch from Dan. He's almost got it, and then he just falls out of his chair, and almost wipes out the net, but great effort there from Steve.
Well, he is the fastest man in a chair these days. Legner serving now. Add in. And there it is. Legner and Lockman get to a tiebreaker now against the world's #1 team, Scott Douglas and Stephen Welch of the U.S.
The Lakeshore Foundation serves people with a wide range of physical disabilities, men and women, children and adults. The Foundation's annual events, such as the Wheelathon and Sington Trophy Dinner, are designed to showcase abilities of these individuals while increasing public awareness. So too are the many prestigious wheelchair athletic events the Foundation brings to Alabama. Many such events are held at the fully accessible swimming pool, tennis courts, and gymnasium on the Lakeshore campus in Homewood.
Every year, Alabama Power plays a big part in helping attract businesses to our state. How? With hard work and Alabama Power's low electric prices. Lower than Texas, New York, California, and most other places in America. In the past 10 years, 10,000 new businesses came to Alabama and brought 230,000 new jobs. For people like my dad, my aunt, my father, my mom, my granddad, my daddy.
Alabama Power, a Southern company.
Whether in fitness or in fun, out in the community or out to compete, the Lakeshore Foundation strives to provide people with disabilities a wealth of opportunities to maximize their own potential. It's all about challenging abilities and giving everyone a sporting chance.
Welcome back here to the World Challenge Tennis Tournament at the Lakeshore Foundation Tennis Center. And we are joined now by the president of the Lakeshore Foundation, Jeff Underwood. And Jeff, tell us a little bit about the purpose here of the foundation.
The mission of the foundation is to serve Alabamians with physical disability by providing a wide range of programs allowing those individuals to be active in their community and in their jobs and in their family and provide opportunities that don't otherwise exist.
And specifically, the tennis tournament and these athletes back here is a big part of that.
Sports and recreation is a big part of what we do. Our programs bring people from all over the world here to Birmingham. We feel strongly that Birmingham can become, if not already, is a really national center for disabled sports. And events like this, you know, allow these individuals to showcase their talents.
And you have a gorgeous facility here and a good tournament going on. Let's go back to Leaf and see some more action. Leaf?
Well, the World Challenge Tennis Tournament is one of the many ways the Lakeshore Foundation is fulfilling its mission. Lockman serving 2-0 in the tiebreaker first set.
Saw it on the line.
I got the ball. I called it out.
We have a linesman. He's right here. Right on top of it. 2-1, Lockman Legner.
Boy, and it's a tough break for Lockman, but you got to go with the calls by the linesman. And there's the linesman on the hot seat. Douglas now serving at 1-2 in the first set tiebreaker. Stephen Welch into the fence to try and get that one, but he can't track it down. And a great point there from Lockman and Legner.
Well,
Here's
this
the finish.
is just a great shot from Martin here, that little roll cross court. And with these fences being a little bit close, and Steve can't quite track that shot down. Great shot from Martin.
Well, you can see why Legner is so tough in wheelchair tennis. He does not make many errors. He is so resilient and so tough. He keeps getting a lot of balls back into play. He allows his partner Lackman to finish off the points at the net. They've got a 4-1 lead now in this first set tiebreaker. Remember, they were down 4-1 in this set, so a great comeback for this team of Legner and Lackman.
Legner.
Welcome back to the Lakeshore Foundation World Challenge. The Pro Shop here services wheelchair and able-bodied athletes year-round. The World Challenge offers Pro Shop manager Dwayne Gosden another challenge, dealing with athletes and their idiosyncrasies.
Each player is a little different. Everybody wants their racket just precise to the exact tension. Probably each racket strung probably after each match. I have one person that I string it very frequently, and yeah, doing a lot of stringing this week.
The 29-year-old Alabamian would not trade his job for any other.
I enjoy it. I love it. It's my life. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Let's get back to the action in the men's doubles final. Lee Shiras and David Hall with the highlights.
5-all now in the first set tiebreaker. Daniel Lackman serving.
Shoot!